Game Lab Gonzos take on your tough questions for Battletoads. We'll take a few swings at some new baseball sports cards. Secret tips for grabbing an extra one-up in Bonk's Adventure. And we do battle with Midnight Resistance. All this and more on GamePro. So let's jam!
Hi, everybody, and welcome to GamePro. I'm JD Roth.
And I'm Brent Hahn.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, dude.
Chill.
Yeah, that's right, bud. We're jamming today because the goons over there back in the game lab have been frying the game machines all week long, bud. They've been pulling out the latest and the greatest in game card tips, tactics, reviews, and you know the drill.
Exactly. And where does the power come from, you ask? You know it comes from GamePro magazine, the source for home and arcade video game playing tips and information, the B-Meister.
Hey, you know something, bud? You were right about those eggheads, man. They've been frying the machines. This place has been smoking with about 8 and 16-bit madness for days. Hot at the arcade play, and a whole lot more of what our gamers are looking for. So, JD, what do you say we head over to SWAT World?
All right, man. Hey, help me out there.
Oh, that's right, bud. Sorry.
All right, catch. Nice throw, baby. Here we go.
Thank you, bud.
It's tip time.
Secret weapons and tactics.
Nice outfit. Huh. I'm back inside SWAT World, the home of the tips and tactics to put more power in your game. And to show you what I mean, here's a trick in Iron Sword for the NES that'll let you jump all the way to the Icefire Mountain with the Iron Sword and the shield. Check it out. Bring up the password screen and enter PLT RMB RL NBDR. That's all there is to it. Let's flash it one more time. PLT RMB RL NBDR. Whoa, hey, the only way to travel. Hey, you know, your cards and letters keep telling us that you love to get secret passwords. Well, if you want it, dudes, hey, we got it. Here's an excellent password for Boomer's Adventure for the Nintendo Game Boy. Hey, watch that. It may be simple, but this password will allow you to enter the game at any stage you wish. Just bring up the title screen and enter in Ancient. That's it. Now, choose your stage of entry and leave behind the layers of levels you've been conquering long ago.
Hi, I'm Mark Wilson from San Diego, California. I have Battletoads from the Nintendo, and I'm having a totally tough time getting through it. I hear there's some warps. Can you tell me where they are?
All right, way to go, bud. Major league question. The Game Lab techie tippers, I think, can handle it. So here we go. Fact, they came up with a couple of warp tricks that you can find in Battletoads for the NES, so check it out, all right? You'll find the first warp in level 1. And to get there, you gotta beat the pig warrior with some quick headbutts, like, dude. Then, you jump into the starburst on the top of the hill. Now this move will skip you ahead to level 3. And once you're in level 3, smash your Battletoad into the 10th wall, and you'll advance 2 more levels where you can surf your way around the logs in the river. Now, we don't like to give away all of our secret tactics, so let me leave you to chill with this thought. Look for more warps on stages 4 and 6 of Battletoads because our 3-toed dudes have some other warp move tricks that we'll leave you to find on your own. All right, bud, solid question. The GamePro TV is yours. Check it out. Ah! Okay, now if any of you other gamers want to hit the techies with the tough one, get gutsy. Send it here to GamePro. If we put you on TV, the tea is yours. GamePro. P.O. Box 1678, Venice, California, 90291. Keep your thumb at the controls. We're coming back on GamePro. It's time to kick it to SWAT World. Here we go. Yes. What's up, JD? Hula babes.
know, some guys have all the luck.
Secret weapons and tactics.
Now get ready, because surf's up with the Silver Surfer on the NES.
Hey, bud.
Hey, what's going on? No, I'll meet you at the beach later. Take off.
Got it, buddy.
All right.
Cowabunga.
Oh, now I don't know about you, but I could really use a little help when it comes to taming this dude. So I was definitely up for checking out these passwords, guaranteed to put the wax on your surfboard. Now you can use all three of these at once. To get into the password screen, here's what you do. First, press up on both controllers at the same time. This will bring up the password screen. Now the fun begins. If you want to hang 10 with all the weapons in this game's arsenal, enter CKWJT4. If unlimited continues is your idea of shooting the curl, enter SJM333. And finally, if you want invincibility, and hey, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Who doesn't? Just enter KJTTJK. Cowabunga, dudes. Hit the waves with some extra power from your buds at GamePro. Hey, not bad wings, huh?
I don't need any bad wings, bud. Stud!
Yeah, but I've got a buffed body. Here's a great stage select trick for the hottest of hot shooters, Wings of War, brought to you by your friends at DreamWorks for the Genesis game system. Here's how it works. Bring up the title screen and then enter the options menu. Now, move the cursor down to Control. You have to wait there for approximately 6 seconds. Now, press the A button and you'll see Stage pop up on the screen. Okay, pick any stage you want because that's all there is to it.
Now, let's take a look at what the techno pros back in our game lab have to say this week about a couple of new game cards for the NES and the T16.
The third in the popular series of bases loaded games from Jalico, made for the NES. It's a good one.
Sounds good indeed. Baseball, yeah. Now, I guess it can be said that, baseball is baseball, and there isn't much you can do to improve upon the game, right? But Bases Loaded 3 has managed to take some real steps forward in bringing America's favorite pastime to the game screen. Now, the first improvement has got to be the humongous size of the players. Not only are the pitcher and batter giant-sized, the fielders are large as life as well. Strike. Nice pitch, brah. Now, if you play better at home than away, this game card comes with 3 different stadiums, each with its own look and playing oddities. The digitized umpire's voice is as sharp as in Bases Loaded 2, and the sound effects continue to make you feel like you're on the field during a real professional ball game. Come on, bud, who doesn't love the roar of the crowd as you knock one into the center field wall, huh? Now, you should know that there is one major change in the playing system in Ryan Sandberg Plays Bases Loaded 3. In Bases Loaded 1 and 2, you're able to play a full season of games and come out with 70 to 75 wins, right? However, in Bases Loaded 3, the focus changes to playing the perfect game rather than looking for a winning season. Now, this means you begin a game with 100 points. You do something great, and you get points. Mess up with an error or a walk, and you lose points. The ultimate challenge is to maintain the 100 points against a level 5 opponent. So if it's perfection you seek, this curve might work out just fine for you. But if you enjoyed the long haul to the World Series, you might be disappointed. So, Bud, how do we rate this game? Well, you just can't beat giant-sized ball players that make you believe you're right in the middle of the action. These are mega graphics. Thumb her up! Now, while you can't help but love the sound effects, we kind of wish the guys who made this game would kill the weird background music and, give us something a little easier to handle. At least you do have the option of turning out the background noise during the game. When it comes to a challenge, the good news is it's a lot easier to play a perfect game. The bad news is You can no longer play an entire season. With a souped-up special team, the game becomes pretty easy to complete. While we have to cop to being a tad disappointed with the switch to the perfect game system rather than playing out the full season, we have to say that Ryan Sandberg Plays Bases Loaded 3 is still the most exciting baseball action around for the Nintendo Entertainment System, yes? And of course, if you're a Chicago Cubby fan, this cart is a slam dunk buy for you, I promise.
Good job, B-Man.
Thank you.
Now let's hear what the eggheads back in the Game Lab have to say about silent debuggers for the TurboGrafx 16. We find ourselves in the future, sometime after the Great Wars occurred, and as the government of Earth now work together to move man forward into outer space, they encounter resistance from the evil forces known only as bugs.
What will they do? With no armies left to fight the evil bugs, they call upon the elite group of highly paid soldiers left over from the Great War who will still fight. But here's the catch, gamers. They only fight for the money. The most famous of these groups is called the Silent Debuggers. Now that's where you come in. You're a rookie member of the Silent Debuggers looking to make your stripes in this elite corps. With the help of your bud, your pal Leon, you are hand-picked to take on the evil space station known only as Gain. While it's rumored that riches abound inside the 6 stages of Gain, beware, for few debuggers ever return from this evil fortress alive. You begin the adventure on the first floor of the cargo station, and with the help of your pal Leon, whose job it is to keep you supplied with strange weapons, you must wipe out the alien infestation that exists on every level of play. If you pull it off, the big bucks await you. Now, this mission would be as easy as taking data from a computer if it weren't for the fact that the entire place is set to explode in exactly 100 minutes. And of course, the only way to deactivate this time problem is to reach the main computer inconveniently located on level 6. So it's you against the aliens. Lose any level of the game to these screaming meanies and risk the loss of additional power you're gonna need to make it to the end of the game.
Well, now that you've seen the game, let's check the ratings. Without any real variation in the look of each alien you must defeat throughout the game, we can't say that the graphics are much better than average. Yikes. While the sound effects are pretty realistic, no new ground was broken here. This game will challenge your reflexes, but a lot of the action is kind of repetitive. It'll keep you busy, but we played a lot of action carts that were much tougher than this one. Finally, the game could have been benefit a little more creativity in the alien population, but well, I guess it's still kind of fun to play, especially if you like action shoot-'em-up games. We think Silent Debuggers ought to keep you busy for a couple of weekends, but that's probably about it.
Whoa, buddy, what? You being serious?
Yeah, dude, I mean, I'm looking at the game and I just thought it was kind of okay. I mean,
Kind of okay?
you guys know what I mean.
Oh, this game cranks. What are you talking about?
So you think that without a question it's one of the freshest games ever?
Yes.
You think that this is great? Let me just take a note. I'll just take another look.
Okay, take a look.
I totally disagree. Now, my little brother, he was really into it, but my little brother, well, he's 7. How old are you, Bren?
7.
I'm George Gardner, and I live in Levittown, PA. My highest score was 402,920 on town and country stuff design made for Nintendo.
Hi, I'm Billy Carroll from Rockford, Illinois, and I've defeated Dragon Warrior 2 for Nintendo.
My name is Jason Jolliffe, and I'm from Niles, Michigan. And on Contra for Nintendo, I achieved 6,553,500, and I had 18 lives left.
Yeah. Good score, dudes. Your GamePro magazine's in the chute. Take a walk on the wild side with Midnight Resistance.
My favorite part of this show. Let's go.
Yeah, I think it's time to go into SWAT World. Down the hatch, load up the guns.
Okay, now you see me.
Now you don't!
Secret weapons and tactics.
Whoa, hey, that was close. All right, dudes, I'm back in SWAT World with a trick that is going to get you a free pass to any stage you want in Midnight Resistance for your Genesis game system. Catch a ride on this one. I'll see you later. Bring up the title screen and make sure Start is highlighted in red. Next, hold down button C and press Start at the same time. Once the game begins, press Start again to pause the game. Now finally, press button A and you'll transport right to the next level. Now you can pull this trick off in any level by just simply doing this again. First, hit Start to pause, and then button A to take it to the next level. Go get 'em. Here's a happening little number for everyone's favorite on the T16, Bonk's Adventure. Check out how you can nail down a one-up right at the beginning of the game. See ya. When Bonk first appears on the game, bonk the ground to the far left of the screen. Now, keep doing this until a pink flower appears. Bonk the pink flower and a flying flower will appear. Grab that flying flower and another pink flower will appear containing a one-up. Bonks away.
Question. What's a home system and an arcade system all at the same time? Time's up. I'm talking about the all-time radical game system, the Neo Geo! Yeah!
Now, while the fun doesn't come cheap on this expensive system, I must say the thrills are there.
With some game carts alone costing up to $200 a piece, you gotta expect a lot from this cash cruncher over here. But let me tell you, the Neo Geo delivers. The hardware is as sleek can be in both the green version and the gold version.
Now, green means a starter set that includes the basic system plus one controller for $399, while the gold buys you two controllers and one game, all for the price of $599. Ouch, bud. Well, if you can dig up the cash to own this luxury model, I'd have to say you're on your way to super yuppie-dom, yeah? The games are unlike anything else on the home screen. But personally, my favorite has got to be Cyberlip, so check it out. Cyberlip dumps you into this futuristic space colony where androids have gone totally berserk. The only way to stay alive is to blast your way to the main computer where you can turn them off before they turn you off.
Now, you just gotta cop to it. You've never seen graphics like this before at home, have you, kids? Come on, be honest. Yeah. Now, we all know that the price is a problem, so SNK, the folks who make this awesome game system, are talking about making the game systems and game carts available for rent. So, you know, at least you can play with this monster hardware on allowance day. Me, personally, I'm gonna go get a raise because I want a Neo Geo.
Batter up, dudes and dudettes, because the all-American pastime has arrived for the Super Nintendo game system. Baseball is in the air and on your home screens, and check it out because we've got it. I need to check out two carts for you right now. That's what I said. I said two awesome baseball carts that are heading your way for the SNES. Now, at first glance, you might think that Sony's Extra Innings falls into, well, a comedy baseball category. But no way, Jose. There's a whole lot more to this ball game than what meets the eye. Yeah, sure. The characters are kind of short, they squat, and they look like kids, but this card has a full-blown pennant race going on featuring teams made up of video game magazine employees. I'm not kidding you. Check this out, because the Maniac Game Lab gonzos at GamePro magazine are right there on your screen as the Houston Petro team, and there's some serious players there. Now, when it comes to credibility on the baseball diamond, nobody has ever done it better than Jalico in their bases-loaded series of game cards. Well, you're not going to be surprised to find out that they've done it again, and I know this for a fact. Just like Ryan Sandberg plays Bases Loaded 3 for the NES, Super Bases Loaded uses the perfect game system, and that means you can only beat the game by playing a perfect game against the level 5 computer opponent. Bam! Expect the hot quality graphics you've come to expect with Bases Loaded, only now they're better. So batter up.
Next, tips for Legend of Zelda.
Hi, my name is Brian Root, and I'm from Muncie, Indiana. If you're having problems with The Legend of Zelda for the NES, I have an easy tip. It will make your journey through the land of Hyrule a walk in the park. Leave one enemy alive on each screen in the overworld. Then when you return to that screen, there will only be one enemy remaining. This way, all you have to do is avoid the enemy and cruise to where you need to go.
Very tough tip, dude. Your GamePro t-shirt is in the mail and on its way.
Yeah, that about wipes out our time for today, bud. So just remember to keep those cards, letters, videotapes, send them all in, bud, so we can keep the t-shirts and freebie magazines going out. Yeah. Okay, so catch our address one more time, all right? GamePro, P.O. Box 1678, Venice, California, 90291.
There it is. Okay, until next week. For Brennan, I am J.D. Ross. Power to your gaming system and peace, baby.